Today I'm here to talk about the two, not one, but two short stories I wrote for the Author's Tale anthology, Heart of a Child. The stories that went into this book went through a month-long workshop where we basically tore them apart with our critique. I mean, word by word, line by line. But it was all done with love, of course. And when we put it back together, that's the sound of magic. Aside from being a mother of 3, plus a husband, I run a ranch in the middle of the country out here in wonderful Texas, which means that I could potentially be interrupted by a rooster or a child or who knows what else. So, in anticipation of that, I wrote these totally fetch caption cards so that you can still follow along even if you can't always hear me. So the first story I want to talk about is called Parting Ways, and this is based on a true story, roughly. I don't remember all the details. This is a tale of me and my best friend Amy. We were inseparable. We went everywhere together, and we did everything together, and we were like 2 peas in a pod. We were like peanut butter and jelly. We were like 2 things that go really well together. This right here is exactly why I'm a writer and not a speaker, because written words can be edited. At some point, though, we do have to grow up. And when we do, we tend to drift away from the childhood friends that we love so much. When Amy and I separated, it really devastated me, and you could tell because I named everything Amy for the longest time. Stuffed animals, toys. I learned a lot from Amy. She taught me how to be a better friend and a better person. Yeah. What I definitely remember, though, is Cherry Bear. This bear has been through so much. Amy and I used to play with her all the time, and I couldn't write a story about my own childhood without her. So if you read Parting Ways, keep an eye out for Cherry. She's got a little cameo in there. My second story, and the one I'm the most proud of, is called In the Park. This story was such a joy to write, and the narrator was really unique to me. Rather than being a main character in the story, they are apart from it, and they are speaking to the reader, telling a tale of a chance meeting on a bench in a park. Now, although this story is a romance, I am not a romance writer, but I wrote this story because it was a pretty accurate reflection of a crossroads I came to a few years back. I was in a really rough spot, and I was questioning what happiness meant to me. This story is for all those adults who feel trapped, who feel alone, lost, unappreciated, who might think that happiness is something you stumble upon. Maybe like a stranger in a park, a smile or a compliment when you need it most. But the grass is not always greener, even when it looks like it might be. I learned a very valuable lesson from it. I'm not trying to teach a lesson in the story, but when I look back at this, it just reminds me. I hope this has given you some insight into me and my writing process. I put a little piece of myself into everything I write, and I hope that shines through when you read my stories in Heart of a Child. If you enjoy my writing, or think you might, be sure to follow me on Facebook. I'm always posting stuff that I'm working on or things I find interesting or random little games that catch my attention because I have a very short attention span. Right, Cherry? If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to follow my new YouTube channel. Starting next month, I will be posting weekly videos about writing, editing, and of course, world building for fantasy. I will be talking about my own fantasy world and how I crafted it, and you might just get some inspiration out of it. Well, I have to get back to our wonderful book launch, Heart of a Child. Insert advertisement here. Read this book. Buy it. You want it. Thank you for watching. You're welcome. What kind of start is that? Hello. That's enough of that. By far the most coordinated out of 2. We're special. Losing Amy was a really hard time for me, I think. I mean, I was, what, 6? When I lost Amy, oh my god, it sounds like she died. Ooh, I said and like back to back. And cue the child. Well, it's many years ago now. Oh my gosh. Meh. A little piece of myself goes into myself. It's all about me. And as you'll see, oh, that made no sense. If you enjoy my writing, let's not put such a big if on that, okay? Camo. Oh, it's not in camo. It's cameo, not a camo. I won't just go into my own stuff because that's going to get boring after a while. You're going to be like, it's all about her. Of course it's about me. It's my stuff. It's my channel. Like it. That doesn't work.